There are a lot of different alternate Gokus. You've got your Kid Goku, your Evil Goku, your Game Goku, and even Ukog. Of all the alternate versions of Goku that exist in both canon and non-canon, I think there are clearly two that stand out among the rest when it comes to just sheer popularity. The iconic GT Goku, who was aged back into a child and unlocked Super Saiyan 4, eventually defeating Omega Shenron, and the villainous Goku Black, a version of Goku from an alternate timeline whose body was possessed by the evil Kai Zamasu, who planned to purge all mortals from the universe. Both of these versions have plenty of fans and plenty of haters, but if the two of them were to fight, who would actually win? The pinnacle of pure Saiyan power or the corrupted Saiyan god? Let's find out. Before we do though, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it really helps out. We're trying to hit 40,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, and with your help, we can do it. With that out of the way, let's jump right in. For this video, we'll specifically be using GT Goku from the Shadow Dragon Saga and Goku Black at his peak of power before fusing into Merge Zamasu. As in the past, I've been somewhat critical of the power scaling of GT. Today, I'll start with GT scaling first, and I'm going to be as nice to GT as I possibly can be. Still, this doesn't mean I'll just accept any argument at face value, so prepare for some debunks for the really egregious arguments I've heard for GT's power scaling. So, just like every GT power scale, even base Goku in GT is stronger than the strongest form of Buu, given that he was able to fight Rildo, who he just outright calls stronger than Buu. It doesn't really matter what form of Buu you think that is, Kid Buu or Buuhan. Either way, this won't really impact how strong Goku ends up being. Unfortunately though, beyond this, Goku doesn't really have any instances of quantifiable power increases besides transformations or temporary boosts to his ki from other people. A lot of people point to the Super 17 arc as a point where Goku potentially got at least 8 times stronger. Super 17 was stronger than Oob and was fighting Super Saiyan Goku, with Oob being stronger than Baby Arc Super Saiyan 3. However, Super 17 is clearly holding back against this version of Goku, and was doing so in order to learn all of Goku's moves. Thus, there's no way to prove he actually got any stronger. Still though, even accepting this growth in power ultimately doesn't change Goku's scaling that much either. Furthermore, while the stronger Shadow Dragons are clearly stronger than the likes of Super 17 and Baby, there is no quantifiable difference in strength between them and the previous villains. The only multipliers that we can look at are the ones we get from Super Baby 2, and technically the 10 times multiplier from Omega and Shin Shenron, but Goku never actually scales to Omega, so we don't need to discuss it. We do need to discuss though are the power increases and multipliers undergone by Baby, so we can understand the power of Super Saiyan 4. Super Saiyan 3 Goku is essentially evenly matched with Baby Vegeta in his quote-unquote base form, and eventually loses due to a lack of stamina. Baby Vegeta then transforms into his Super Baby 1 form, which he claims to be the point where he finally obtains the greatest Saiyan power, and has what Goku considers to be the most awesome ki he's ever felt. Given that Baby was essentially already stronger than Goku, this statement is likely in reference to Vegeta's memories of Super Vegito. Either way, his next transformation of Super Baby 2 in the GT Perfect files is said to resemble Super Saiyan 3. This is not an outright confirmation that it works similarly as a multiplier, and so I'm being very nice to Baby here by saying that he does indeed get a Super Saiyan 3 level multiplier from this transformation. Still, this means that Super Baby 2 is at least 3,200 times stronger than base Goku, given that Baby Vegeta is also likened to the equivalent of Super Saiyan. Goku goes on to transform into Golden Uzaru and begins smacking Baby around with strength that seems to overpower Baby outright. This by itself doesn't make sense, as while a Super Saiyan Grade Ape would be stronger than Super Saiyan 3, having a 500 times multiplier, it would still be nowhere near the beyond 3,000 times multiplier required to surpass Super Baby 2. However, we are told that this Grade Ape form is special, as it awakened Goku's dormant power. We don't know how much that is, but what it does mean is that this Golden Grade Ape form is stronger than most people think, and is at least amping Goku's power by more than 6 times what we should be expecting in order to overpower Baby. Of course, Goku finally transforms into Super Saiyan 4 and begins to casually beat down on Baby with a fraction of his true power according to Elder Kai. However, once Baby unlocks his own Golden Uzaru transformation, guides imply that he once again matches or even outright exceeds the power of Super Saiyan 4 Goku, regardless of fatigue. Now, I think Grade 8 Baby is just 10 times stronger than Super Baby 2, as nothing implies that his Grade 8 transformation is special by any means, unlike Goku's. Some argue that due to getting 1,000 times the normal amount of Blutz waves, he's actually 1,000 times stronger, but there's literally no proof that Blutz waves work as a multiplier in this way. By receiving the key of several other characters, Goku is able to activate full power Super Saiyan 4 and eventually defeat Baby with the help of Majub. So I think this pretty clearly means that Super Saiyan 4 can't be that much more than a 10 times increase to the previously mentioned Golden Uzaru form, or Golden Grade 8 Baby would not have been stated to surpass him so frequently, fatigued or not. So in my opinion, Super Saiyan 4 is somewhere between 30,000 to 40,000 times stronger than GT Goku's base form based on this evidence. There is one major argument that I do want to quickly cover with Super Saiyan 4 Goku scaling, and it's the idea that he has some sort of power beyond the concepts of time and space based on this Chosensu scan that says that Suguru space lacks the concepts of space and time. However, this clearly does not mean some sort of dimensional space-time transcendence, as another example of a subspace that is given is the Room of Spirit and Time, which both has a quantified flow of time and a quantified size. So if you think breaking or escaping the Suguru space is a good feat, so is anyone escaping or breaking out of the time chamber. Just saying. So overall, GT Goku exceeds the power of Dragon Ball Z's peak villains by tens, if not hundreds of thousands of times. But he does fall short to becoming the very strongest in the verse, as the likes of Omega Shenron are too much for him. That being said, will this power be enough to stop the Zero Mortals plan? People seem to have a very weird selective memory for how strong Goku Black is, and seem to forget how rapidly his strength developed over the course of the series. While yes, in his first real fighting appearance, he's essentially an equal to Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and had failed to successfully hunt down future Trunks, this is nowhere near the limits of his power, as after all, he essentially figures out the cheat code to Saiyan strength growth. By the time he's confronted in the future by Vegeta and Goku, his base form has already gotten so much stronger to the point where he can tank a barrage of attacks from Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and send him flying backwards with a single kick. He then stacks his own form of Super Saiyan on top of it, Super Saiyan Rose, to absolutely bully Vegeta. While for Goku Black, this is just his own version of Super Saiyan, it actually is more powerful than Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, or at worst is equal to it. Goku and Vegeta manage to escape and rematch with Black, able to fight equally with him and eventually overpower him through things like Rage Amps. However, Goku Black isn't done, as he copies this anger and creates his Scythe, cutting a rift in reality and further increasing his power as he summons clones from this rift. At this point, according to interviews, aside from Gods of Destruction, the Fusions, and Angels, Goku Black is the strongest character we know about at the time, meaning that before Merge Zamasu, he truly was the strongest one there. Now, backtracking just a little bit, Goku Black's base form alone is insane. Even fighting just Super Saiyan 2 Goku is impressive. Keep in mind that 2 arcs ago, just Super Saiyan Goku had matched and surpassed the power of Super Saiyan God Goku by absorbing and adapting to its power, to the point where Goku literally could not tell he had lost the form. Already, Goku Black in base fights a Goku who is at bare minimum twice as strong as that, ignoring all the training Goku underwent between these 2 fights. Then, Goku Black goes on to match an even stronger form of Blue stacked on top of that level of power, and then adds his own stronger form on top of it. Now, I think it pretty much goes without saying that Super Saiyan God exceeds the power of pretty much everything that had come before, as aside from it being literally stated by the creators of the form, Goku just says it's on a level of power that exceeds his imagination, and he's capable of imagining Vegito, who he also thinks would get slammed by Beerus. Now, I have to talk about this weird argument made by GT fans who say that Super Saiyan God is not as strong as Fusion for some reason, based on Kefla beating up God Goku and base Gogeta being stronger than God Goku. These people don't seem to understand how multipliers work. Fusion and Potara are both multiplication, A times B of 2 people's power levels. As both characters get stronger, the overall multiplier and result of the fusion gets exponentially stronger. Meanwhile, for a transformation, unless the form gets stronger, its multiplier stays the same. Thus, after a certain point, Potara Fusion and the Fusion Dance become higher multipliers than the God forms. Clearly, between Battle of Gods and the Tournament of Power, this happened. In short, this means that Goku Black exceeds multiple levels of Potara Fusion level multipliers even before he uses Rose, and transcends to an exponentially greater heights with the form. So, with that being said, who wins? In the manga for Hero's Legacy, Vegeto's power is compared to Super Saiyan 4, and it's stated that it's hard to say who is stronger. Being super nice to Super Saiyan 4, you can just say this means that the transformation is comparable to the Potara fusion as a multiplier. While that is way higher than the quantifications possible in the show itself, this acts as a good highest possible level interpretation of the form. At the same time, Goku Black not only exceeds just Vegeto's multiplier, but multiple transformations that are drastically above Buu Saga Vegito. Keep in mind that the first time you can argue Super Vegito is surpassed in GT is with Super Baby 1's statement. In other words, multiplier-wise, Super Saiyan 4 is absolutely left in the dust compared to the comparable developments of even base Goku Black. Going feat by feat doesn't help either. Omega's infamous negative energy destroying the universe and Otherworld is nice and all, and if you want to compare that to God Goku and Beerus's punching feat, that's fine, but Super Saiyan 4 Goku doesn't scale to Omega's feat, and Goku Black exceeds God Goku's feat literally in his base form. Even if we use something like 100 years later Goku, not only does this form not have any feats or statements, is probably a ghost, and doesn't even seem to have a tail to use Super Saiyan 4, but we know he never surpassed Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta anyways. But yeah, there you have it. Goku Black absolutely slams GT Goku with probably low difficulty, even without needing Rose. Call me a GT hater all you want, but you can let me know how I was wrong in the comments down below, or find me on my socials like Twitter or Discord. Either way, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya!